Hey everyone, it's Fire Elemental here. So we're doing the final path on the Goldblums challenge? Not quite sure how to pronounce that. I believe he's an actor or something, but let's get to it. So first things first, for our team we brought Crossbones, Vision, Majik, Psylocke, and Hyperion. So for the main reasons, we bought Crossbones and Hyperion is because they hit really hard, as you can see. So each one is about 170k, I believe, the boss, Loki, being 150k. So as you can see here, it's the lifesteal thing. Now, if you did see my previous video, I was really miffed about this glitch slash bug. I mean, glitch implies that it's good for the player, bug implies that it's bad. So that's why I'm trying to use different bug instead of glitch. But basically, each regen tick makes it so it counts as the opponent hitting you. So unless you end the fight with the counter, I believe it is, the count thing above 0 and it's still being there, and you've scored at least 10 hits, therefore fulfilling what should have been 100 counters, granting you the next soul, then you won't get it. So it's really complicated and really stupid, honestly. So that just took all the fun out of Morningstar. So on the other path, we had a few close calls, but we managed to make it 0 items. So we didn't do the best. We certainly had a lot of close calls, like I said. Let's see. I believe I originally did bring in Archangel, but with the whole debuff thing, with you getting, what do you call it? When they get extra power for the debuff, it's not really worth it. Originally, I had been sending in Crossbones against Angela, but actually, let's save that for when we're facing Angela. While we're facing Thor, as you can see, for the last 110 hits, I've only been doing 4-hit combos with the special, while he has his first special. Yeah, sorry about that. I forgot to turn notifications on. Turn notifications off. And basically, at this point, wasn't really worth doing it. So, anyway, we end up doing 4-hit combos against Thor while he has his first special, because I feel like it gives us more time to evade back and therefore not dying. I always forget this little, it's not a glitch or anything, just this knowing strategy, that's a good word for it. This strategy while facing unblockable first special. For me, it doesn't really, it's hard to describe. So like when I'm facing Jane later on, I don't do that because I feel like there's a longer time between Jane's specials and Thor's special. Now here we got super lucky. I was really happy that we didn't end up losing our combo, because he probably would have used our first. He probably would have hit us a little bit, then used first special, and who knows what would have gone wrong then. I wanted so badly just to finish the fight right there. It sucked after to go through that second special. So yeah, too bad we got hit, but I mean, heck, it could have been worse. So now we had to go over to the next video because we turned notifications off. And as you notice, I'm talking in past tense because I have found that if I end up recording my videos while talking, I do a lot worse. And like I had said earlier, I have done 0 items, and I would like to keep it that way. Now, so as you can see here, I rush forward. Usually I don't suggest that because you're over a few blocks away. Now here, yeah, go ahead, rush in, no big deal. But when you're further away, I don't really suggest it. Right here, I was a little worried about that, but if she had first, I wouldn't have done that. However, you could try to intercept that like you do with Magneto or something along. I'm trying to think of who it was. Yeah, I think it's Magneto in map 6. I don't recall the path name because it's been a long time. I think it's E or something after Luke Cage and before Rhino. But That's about basically how you pull that off there after they do first special. But anyway, off of that tangent, as you can see, Crossbones is doing really well. I really am so happy that we got him. He is one of my favorite champs ever since we got 31st in his arena on Fire's account. We wanted to actually do Civil War Black Panther, and I was upset that we got Crossbones. Can you believe that stupidity? That's like this one person complaining that he was having a tough time against Maestro and LOL while he was using a rank 3 5-star Majic, while he had a rank 4 5-star Star-Lord in his team. He says, oh, I don't want Maestro to regen. It's like, just how do you deal with people like that? Like later on too, someone asked me about a team, and I assembled a good team for them. OG Vision, I don't think I included Crossbones. I may have though, because I really like him, as you can see here. Plus, he doesn't have the best of rosters. Psylocke, and I forget who else. And he comes up with something completely different after, and he's like this. I'm like, why are you even gonna ask for help if you come up with such a stupid team? But I mean, it's like, whatever. He had assembled a team of like Thor. I believe he even included Black Panther or something. I'm not sure. But, I mean, heck, I really can't blame people to some extent. One guy in our ally who uses Mep with Morningstar with Mephisto. He says they all look the same. I'm like, this seems more and more like Pokemon each day. Next thing you know, you're gonna have some Mega Evolution or something. Feel like that's items. Chinese version? No. Alright, so as you can see here, I really should have brought that up sooner before we ended up fighting that, but as you could see there, we didn't really have to go off of 4 hits there to fight. Now, Angela, in my opinion, is one of the hardest fights. Now, I think it's mostly because of the limbo. This will prevent you from parrying and then going with a few power draining hits, then going back for parry, and etc. etc. For me, I was trying to decide whether or not I should use Crossbones or Hyperion. As you can see, I was scrolling through, looking for Limba. I was like, you know what, let's try it. So let's do Hyperion. Now, I'm really not proud of what happened after this fight, and don't bother skipping forward to see it. If you do, just skip back. But, see, I was originally thinking, oh, let's do Majic. Yes, Majic. E-E-K. No, I'm not letting that go. I actually kind of like saying it like that, now that I know that it irks some people. So as I was saying, I was thinking of using Majic for some specials for her, but with Qualify, it's not quite worth it. I want to get Mystic Dispersion, however, with my current ability level, no, mastery level, that's a better term, it's just not really worth it. I'd rather upgrade Assassin, especially since at this point it's not much towards it. So in the previous task, I was working on perfecting / using the uppercut against Angela with Hyperion. I had meant to evade that, but whatever, I guess. And so basically, I tried it in the uppercut later on, and I guess that's kind of spoilers. Well, I started anyway. I tried against her with an uppercut later, and she kind of wrecks us. But we ended up, that was also another risk I did there. Not really too proud of that, but it works, I suppose. So ideally, you'd be a little closer, use the uppercut, get a few Furies, then just do that. That's the ideal world. However, it doesn't always work as you would want. That is another example of our luck. Now, going up against Angela, there's a few champs I'd recommend. One of them not being Majic because of, well, I mean, you can, of course. Just don't try to use the third special. Just stick with the second. I actually used Majic against Doctor Strange, I believe it was, earlier in this fight. Well, later in this fight. Or it could have been in a different path. I don't quite remember. But basically, she ended up landing her second special, and neither of them got power lock. I was pretty missed about that. But, yeah, it worked out, I suppose. But, so now, as you can see, we start hitting the point of ridiculously high levels, and it's really getting to be a pain. Originally, when I had used crossbones, he was barely keeping up because of how stupidly much this would do. So I decided, okay, let's try to bring in a hard hitter. Originally, I was thinking this isn't going to work, we need to parry with this, but then I remember talking to someone who used Hyperion for LOL, at least the easy route. He said that you have to learn how to use uppercuts based off of other specialists / uppercuts. So that got me thinking about how to use it for this, and that's how you did that. So, I'd really like to know who else people use for Angela other than, of course, Mizzou. Oh gosh, you guys are gonna totally kill me in the comments about I really hate posting long videos, but at the same time, I felt like this is just one occasion where that happened. So hopefully you guys don't mind too much. Unfortunately, we haven't really done a lot of AW. I really need those shards so I can get my next 5-star, because how else am I supposed to get back up at the semi-tops? But, heck, you know, eventually. Yeah, see, that was the example I mentioned earlier about the whole uppercutting not working well / at all. Yikes. See, we actually got lucky 2 times. One, that strategy we did where we backed up and swiped forward, if we got lucky there because usually they wouldn't have swiped forward to try to hit us. So, a few times we got lucky. So I guess today wasn't the best. Earlier, while we were facing this camp, we used crossbones. I always thought of using Zeke, but at the same time, I really wanted to save her for later. I mean, you could always use Vision, but considering he already hits like a wolf, that's just class disadvantage to him. Yeah, not the best strategy. So we got lucky on that theory. I was pretty happy about that. So we figured block, save that up, and boom! I'm really glad we got the crit on that. Trying to remember, I think we pulled off a 3rd special with crossbones in another pass when he had 10 Furies. I'll look back on that how much we did, but that was pretty awesome. Honestly, I really enjoyed this quest because unlike the Spider-Man series, there wasn't a glitch where some people couldn't get to the other path, so Kabam had to, quote-unquote, had to make it just one loop, so you didn't have any other options. Otherwise, I probably couldn't have pulled this off. I mean, maybe, but at the same time, So I hope this $6 challenge is going well for everyone. I really love those frames. Oh boy. So this is where the face palms happen. Within this fight, face palms will be face palms should occur. Warning. This is definitely not the most proud fight I've done, but you know, I suppose it is whatever. So as you can see here, we're trying to push for the second, just take advantage of the series we've used. But for the most part, I mean, it's not like we're fighting terrible, but just later on, it doesn't exactly go well. Alright, so it's not that one, but we evade too early on the first. But let's see. Trying to look over a video to see how much damage Crossbones first does. 19,000. Alright, so it did a decent amount. So with 10 Furies, he did 19,000? Wait, I should probably double check that it's 19. I mean 10 Furies. I know it's 19, but, oh, wow, I lied. He only had 5 Furies? Doesn't seem right. 8. 8 or 7. I can't put C because when it came back from the 3rd special, it didn't quite have that, but yeah. But in case it wasn't obvious, I was revealing a quick video I made on my phone. They'll look after that. But I think the most series I've ever gotten while using crossbones was 11. That was crazy. Add that to Assassin 5, and I'm trying to think of what the yeah, here's the part where I said I messed up. But at that point, I thought, you know what? We shouldn't even record this. Let's just cancel the episode so we don't look like Trump. Now, I was like, ugh, you know what? Let's just try Hyperion. How bad could it go? Biggest mistake. Never say how bad could it go. Oh, God. Slow clap. Slow clap. Yikes. So I'm just like, forget it. So then by the next fight, we had given up, and I decided, you know what, let's just send in Zeke. Let's risk it. We had a pretty close call from time to time, and we're like, you know what, hey, look how far we've done with this one combo. Let's try to finish it off. And if we fail, we fail, but at least we're not hiding it. So we sent in Zeke, and we ended up pulling that off, but yikes. It was not exactly the best performance at all on Hyperion's part. I mean, sure, he did well against Angela, but, I mean, when you kind of messed up, you messed up good. Yikes. Oh well. But, so next up is Doctor Strange. I'm trying to decide whether or not I should send in Vision or not. I mean, I know he's not very good against Loki, but I figured, let's just try him. Let's just try using Magique against Doctor Strange, and if it doesn't go well, it doesn't go well, and then we're up a hill against Loki. So at this point, we're at almost the 17-minute mark, past halfway. Hope you guys have enjoyed the success and failures of our certain fights. So I definitely can say Doctor Strange was our worst of fights because we had a few problems getting our second special out after the 5-hit combos. I feel like sometimes I have to like swipe down on the 4th hit and swipe up on the 5th hit. I don't know why, maybe it's psychosomatic, but that's just how I try to get the medium attack instead of the light attack on the end of the 5 hits. I always used to do 4 hits, as some people may have seen in my previous videos. And then I was like, then Ayo showed me, what are you doing with your life? Stop that. Stop being so terrible. So he showed me how to do that, so thank you, buddy. Hopefully we can get out a few vids soon. Right now he has Storm and Iron Fist, I believe, at rank 4, so I'm still trying to coax him into saving up units for suicides in a legend run. But, I don't know, legend runs really aren't his style. He plays it safe in a way. Like, he does terrible against degen nodes and stuff. Well, I mean, as terrible as he can go. Anyway, back to the fight at hand. So, for the most part, I need to work on intercepting where it's not pairing in between and then rushing in, because honestly, that's just kind of the coward's way to fight. If this was Juggernaut in map 6, day 3, oh gosh, yikes. We would have been dead a long time ago. As in a long, long time ago. Now, he was the closest fight. I was really, well, maybe not the closest, but definitely one of the contenders for a super close time. If we had messed this up, we would have been really bad off against Loki. But, so, as you can see, we got hit, not good, but we got up after 22 hits or so. So, at the same time, as long as you don't die on this quest and get hit by a special or get hit by a strong attack in a way, you shouldn't die, but it all depends. At one point, actually, you know what? I'm not going to spoil that, because I'm not entirely sure it's recorded, and I'm not entirely sure that I want to spoil it anyway, so you'll just have to keep watching. Have you guys seen that one pic of this person facing off against Mephisto with, well, his team and Quake showing, but Mephisto's left with 1 health, and I think he has 6 souls after that fight. I was just like, oh man, I'm so sorry, because that means he's going to get
consume those 6 souls since he's under 30%, and there's nothing you can do. I was about to say nothing, not a darn thing you can do, but I'm like, nothing. I don't know anymore. I'm too tired for this. We just got back from hiking the Grand Canyon, and at this point, this was actually the longest I've ever been without playing Marvel. An entire, I think it's 30 hours or something. It was crazy. I was getting withdrawal syndromes. Not really, but, you know. That was disappointing right there. I was pretty annoyed with ourselves. But, you know, I really wanted a big combo. The biggest combo I got was using Vision against Doctor Strange. That was 297. And I believe we also got like a 221 combo against Angela while using Crossbones. So we got pretty lucky with that next part there, but we still would have survived. I mean, ideally. Who knows what would have happened, but needless to say, we pulled it up. Well, we're pulling this off so far. It's been pretty close, but, you know, if it's not worth doing, it's not going to be close. Now, I'm really hoping for a 5-star dupe soon. I think we're closing in on 3,000 shards or something along those lines. So once we finish up Act 4, 100%, we're not that close, honestly. If anyone wants to send us energy refills, please. Yikes. Oh yeah, I should probably go over the whole friend request thing. I've been getting a few friend requests, mostly after the whole crystal opening thing. I decided that if you guys want to friend me, go ahead, but I'll probably delete you soon-ish because I have more people trying to friend me, and I really don't want to have to delete some of my closer friends. No offense, but those guys have been actually there since I started the game, so. At this point, we're trying to consider whether or not to use Vision, Majik, Psylocke, but I go for Vision because I figured he's going to be the worst option since he can't power lock. We never actually do pull off for using power lock against Loki. Well, you know, her ability, where once they drop to 0 and you have a charge, you won't, they won't gain power. Imagine if Psylocke could start with a charge. That would be so overpowered, because then the opponent would never gain power as long as you don't get hit. That would definitely, I don't know. I don't think that, maybe it would make a god tier. I don't know. The problem is opponents could still start with a bar of power. But anyway, that could be a good synergy, like how Morningstar and Majik start with 1 bar of power. Correction. Morningstar will start with a bar of power while synergized with Majik. But yeah, that was a fun little trick right there. I was really happy about that. I honestly expected Vision to not be doing so well, but you know. I was a little worried about that tactic right there where I rushed in after him because I was afraid he would have his first special ready and intercept me with that, but you know, worked out. That was also a little risky, but I mean, heck, what's life without a little risk? Boring. That's the answer. Next up, we're starting to get a little closer. 88 hits, 89, but it's not honestly the easiest fight. I had expected Loki to be really easy to kill. I'm talking like Gwenpool. Not Gwen. Well, I mean, kind of Gwenpool. Putting her as a boss, killable level. Because, I mean, at least Gwenpool, you can't destroy her with specials, but, you know. That was a cool little trick there. I like that. It's like, oh, you're dead. You're using a special. They're using an uppercut. Let's just pretend they both happened, and you're dead anyway. Bye. So we're going to go for Majik for the kill. But, anyway. Man, talking for 24 minutes. Not my favorite thing to do. This is not a press conference. I really should have just continued on to that little attack there. See, that was a no-go. That was pretty sad, honestly. I guess it wasn't recorded. But basically, the same thing happened while I was using Majik against Loki earlier, the previous fight. And basically, the limbo wore off just at the same time, and I went up almost to full health. I think it was more like 70%. But basically, it was awesome. At this point, I was really surprised. I was thinking, great, we're going to have to use items. Ugh. No, I'm not saying we don't, but I mean, that was my train of thought. I really wanted to try to stun him to do an uppercut, because we get a lot of charges later on, because since he generates a bar of power, well, gets up to the first special pretty quickly. Just spam that first. Part of me wishes I used my my uppercut, but at the same time, why risk it? This part was honestly worrying me a lot, but then he decided to rush in, so it's like, oh, okay, thank you. So the main point for facing against Loki is you want to take a back swipe, that way you don't have to take 2 back steps while evading his first. Only one, and that's going to be the energy ball, which is not actually unblockable, it's only the staff. As you guys can tell right there, the staff is what makes it unblockable. Now here, I was really worried because it's like, oh no, we have heal block, any more blocks, we will die. So if he had probably hit us 1 or 2 more times while we're blocking, yikes. If he didn't use that first, we would have died. Yikes. Basically, a lot of luck. A lot of luck. At this point, I was thinking, hey, let's try to push closer to that, get to the first special. Maybe we can actually pull off a power lock, drain him past, but he doesn't seem to want to use his second until now, so of course it's while the degen's active. Of course. But, you know, besides that. So, I know a lot of people decided to use Magique, but I'm curious if anyone else used any other champs. Like, I know that Magique is the fans' choice for this event, because, duh? Because the Limbo for the degen / lifesteal, whatever you want to call it, that was probably the closest we got to losing, by the way. But anyway, I know a lot of people used Vision. I mean, not that they wanted to, because he hits like a girl. But, I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, so earlier we had a discussion on whether or not you guys would rank for Archangel Unduped or Storm Duped. I mean, I'm kind of at a crossroads on that. I know Archangel is really good, but at the same time, I do love Storm. She was my boss, well, my path clearer against MMXIV and the top allies in Exilum. But, you know, I'm sure you should have used, they should rank for Archangel. It's just too bad it's not duped. But, you know, when she does crit, they die. Alright, so at this point, we're just about done, and boom. There we go, 105 hits. I was really surprised we pulled this entire event off without items. Not too bad for just 2 rank 5s. So at this point, we're just going to go over this, wait for it to load up, that way we can get a screenshot. Don't worry, we're not going to blind you this time. We're going to go back into the video after it's posted, screenshot it, etc. So let's open up that tier 4 class. So yeah, we're at 4,000 now. Whoops. 5-star shard. So let's let it spin. I'm hoping, well, why am I starting to talk like it's present tense? I already know what we're going to get. I'm so glad it wasn't science. I would have been fine with mutant for Archangel or cosmic for Hyperion. But Mystic's pretty nice too. In fact, I'm happy it is, because I plan to rank 3 unduped 5-star Magique to rank 3 and then rank 4 when we get to tier 4 class. I'd love to get the current offer, but no units. So next up, as you see, we got both 100%. We had to use 1 revive and 14 health potions for the 6-star event. There's the title. Not going to try to pronounce enabling. I read the enable button because it was flashing. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. Anyway, we're back, and we actually forgot to open up the Awakening Gem Crystal. Sorry about that. But our Wi-Fi was having issues, so we had to cut out the beginning of the clip. And, of course, we get, spoiler alert, science. Now, we do have 3 tier 4 class for that. However, yeah, no good champs to rank. We could do 5-star Rhino, but rather save the alphas for pretty much anything else. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed the vid. Let me know if you want to see more of these challenge videos. This is Fire Elemental, signing out. Catch you guys on the flip side.